morning. We are here in the beautiful British countryside, and this day I want to show you the opening of this enormous box which came to us from America. As you can see here, it's a Norfolk and Western J-class locomotive, alcohol fired, from the company Accucraft. As you can see, it's very well packed, and inside there are two beautiful wooden boxes which is, if everything's alright, should contain the locomotive. I'll try to take this out. And it is heavy. I think, looking at the weight, that we have the tender here, so let's start with the tender. We'll open the box, and there is an enormous packed tender, I think. Here we have the paperwork, guarantee, test boiler certificates, and we have some tools which always come with these locomotives. Very handy to have. Now I have to take out the tender, but in order to do so I have to unscrew some screws in the bottom, which I'm going to do first now. Until the nut comes loose. Okay, I'll do it over here. Now I take out the bolts. Okay, and now we can lift the model out of the box if everything's alright. There it comes. There's the tender. I'll take the nuts and bolts. I put them in this part of the box, and I leave them there in case I have to send it back or something is wrong. I always can pack it again like it was. We put the box aside and we start looking at the model. As you can see, it's extremely well packed. It's even taped on the floor, and what we are going to do is to cut away okay, and we do it on the other side as well. I'll take the plank away, and now carefully, very carefully, we have to cut this away, not to touch the model, because you can scratch the model if you do it in the wrong way. So this is just a matter of taking your time, not rushing yourself, and do it carefully. Yeah. Now I've cut away the plastic. You can see how super duper it is packed. We'll take this away. This I call them a bridge. The bridge keeps it in place. The back and the front. And if I lift it and put it on the table, here we have a super duper tender of the Norfolk and Western, as you can see. I get rid of this, but I carefully keep all these in the box, which will help me the next time if I pack it with this without taping it in. It's the perfect box to transport this model. First, let's inspect what's in the model. Well, we have to lift this. This is the coal load, very heavy, with real coal on it. And here we have the tap to open the alcohol, and this is the big alcohol tank, which we can unscrew and we can put in alcohol in there. Yes. We lift off this section, and there we find the pump on which we have a pump handle to pump it, and this is the end of the bypass. If we open the bypass, the water is pumped through the system back into the tender, and when we close the bypass, then it will pump it into the boiler. So always when a loco runs, you can check if the bypass works or not. Just to show you the last bit of details, this is the water lead coming back from the loco. This is the mess lead, and this is the high pressure lead. When you pump with this high pressure, you pump it against the pressure of the boiler into the boiler. Just to show you some details also underneath, here you can see the bogies with very fine details. The axles are actually sprung, as you can see, and in total it has 6 axles. Let's take this one aside for a moment so that we can unpack the loco. Whoa, this loco is a heavy beast. I can feel now. And let's see if we open it. And again, we have a very well packed model, as you can see. Okay, let's see if we can get the bolts off here. Again, I'll take the bolts out and I put them in the other box in case of I have to pack them again. Let's put it back on its feet again, and now we can open this to get to the loco. Okay, let's take out the loco on its tray and put it here, and we'll put this one aside. I'll put it here, and once again I have to cut all the tape with a sharp knife, but be careful. You see me cutting it, but be careful that you don't touch the model. It's very important. And once again, we take these off and we carefully keep them in the box, because that will be very helpful to pack the model when needed. See, what we will get if we open the beauty.
Oh, wow.
The fire door. See? There's a handle here that you can open the fire door, check the fire and put it back again. A nice detail is that you can open these so the guys on the footplate aren't going to be overheated. Let's inspect the cap. We can take the cap roof off, and what do we have here? There's a pressure gauge, there's a water gauge here, there is a valve for the whistle. This is the forward and reverse, which you can adjust, so it's a full working wall jar. Yes, this is a regulator and this is the blower. So for an alcohol fired loco, everything is there. Well, that all looks very good to me. We'll put it on top again and let's inspect the model, how it came. Okay. Nice detail is that you can open this one if needed, and then the hook comes out and you can pull from the front, which is normally not done, but the detail is there. Okay. Let's place her on the table and I'll put the tender behind her so that you get an impression how impressive this whole locomotive. Isn't she gorgeous? What a detail, and what a super duper locomotive this is. And as you can see with this detail, the whole model is extremely well packed for transport, so I'm always very pleased that I get my models straight out of the box without any problems. In my next video you will see how we achieve to fire up this model for the first time, and that's going to be part 2 of the Norfolk and Western J-class locomotive.